What's up, people? Welcome back. Alright, well, this is by request. I was asked to take a look at something brand new called Robo Linux. I know nothing about this. This one impressed one of my subscribers. Thank you for this suggestion. I wasn't planning on doing any more distribution reviews until maybe next week after we do the live show Sunday night. I'm still trying to get my voice back. Caught this nasty cold, this bug last week, but I got my voice back, most of it back anyway, and I do my best to accommodate requests when I can. Alright, Robo Linux, this is touted to be one of the best, if not the best alternative, the best Linux alternative for Windows users, especially Windows XP, which is scheduled to expire this April, and maybe even a replacement for Windows 7. Well, I don't have to tell you guys that Windows 7 is my backup, my emergency parachute, as it were. If something breaks in Linux, or I need to do something now and I can't quite do it in Linux, I use Windows 7. I do enjoy dual booting. But Robo Linux touts itself, expresses itself, markets itself, if you will, to be the Linux replacement for Windows users. And I just noticed here under Robo Linux it says an operating system for your world. Okay, I guess apparently Windows XP users are from planet Mars. Sorry. Anyway, let's take a look at this inside a virtual machine with Windows 7 as the host. No, I don't have Windows XP anymore. So we will be comparing this. So try to compare this to Windows 7. Pardon me. Okay, well, this is the default desktop here. As you see, it has a very Macintosh, Mac OS feel to it. I don't have a Mac, an Apple computer, but that's fine. This looks fine. It's pleasing to the eye. So Robo Linux is off to a good start in terms of the look of it. All right, well, let's see if a Windows user can figure this out. Let's see, right click. All right, drop down menu here, simple, change desktop background. It looks like you have a nice selection of simple backgrounds. Why not just keep it the way it is? It looks like you have a panel bar at the top. Right clicking on it does nothing. Okay, the live user session such as shutdown. Let's see, system settings. I think this is based off Ubuntu. I didn't really look at the website. I suppose I should have, but anyway. System settings similar to control panel in Windows. Alright, that's cool. Let's see, you have several workspaces here. What do you have? Five workspaces. That's a lot. This, I'm assuming, is a desktop search. Cool. Let's type in music. And we have nothing. Okay, let's try video. Alright, apparently there are no music or video folders. I don't know. Maybe this works better after an install. Unusual, but understandable. This has not been installed. Okay, so what's here? Network connection, volume. I'm assuming if you right click, yep, you have some more options here. Alright, this reminds me of Ubuntu. Cool. Looks nice. What's this here? The terminal, of course it is. And what's this here? Another terminal? Okay. Live user session we looked at. It looks like there's some kind of a dock here at the bottom. I don't think you can move that. No, you cannot. Let's see. This is Nautilus. Okay. Yes, there are music and video folders. Unusual that when I typed in music search it did not pop up, but be that as it may, this is a standard Nautilus 3.4.2. Alright, looks cool. Alright, so you have various shortcuts. I won't take a look at all of these again. This is just simple click and go. Alright, transmission there. This appears to be Skype, I think. It's either Skype or Superman. It has the S, right? Alright, Skype, cool. All right, well, I think you get how this works here. You have three shortcuts here: Contact, Robo, Linux, how to use the 3D desktop and customize a 2D dock, download the Windows XP or 7 VM installer, I guess, virtual machine. All right, so far so good. Excuse me. This is probably a start button. All right, main menu. It said, okay, cool. Let's see what we have here. Accessories. All right, a simple click and go menu, as I like to call it. Games, a few games. All right, cool. Graphics. The GIMP installed, very good. Internet looks like Firefox and Google Chrome. Cool, I like both. Office. LibreOffice, nice. Sound and video. VLC is installed, very good. One of the best players for both Windows and Linux. System tools, let's see, anything sticks out here. Proprietary software installers. Google Earth, okay. Additional drivers, video drivers. ATI, I will not be installing ATI drivers in Linux. Probably never will. All right, this is the VM software tools. Sorry about my throat. I need to take my cough medicine. Administration, Synaptic Package Manager is installed. Good. Preferences. Let's see. Compass Settings Manager. All right, cool. Anything else sticks out here? All right, Bluetooth, system settings, search indexing, pulse audio preferences. Okay. All right, let's keep on going here. Where was I? System tools, sound and video, universal access, Robo Linux news, tips and upgrades. Okay, that's nice. The VM installer, the VM stealth installer. Let's go stealth. Places, live session lock, switch, log out, and shut down. Let's take a look at news, tips, and upgrades. All right, this takes you to the website. Some release notes. Robo Linux provides free dynamic custom bit drivers for its users. Well, that's interesting. For example, Robo Linux is the only operating system on Earth that builds on demand dynamic one-click custom Wi-Fi and printer drivers for its users. Cool. I know printer drivers can be sometimes a hassle in Linux. Okay, well, looks good so far. Let's see what the installer looks like. Normally there would be a shortcut here on the screen to just click install, but contact, how to use, download. All right, this is where a beginner I know is going to get stuck. So right off the bat I can tell you, is this designed for beginners? If it doesn't have, in my opinion, okay, and I think this is one of the reasons why Windows users say Linux sucks, because now, I'm not saying this sucks, by the way. Okay, I'm not saying this particular distribution is bad. What I'm saying is, and I'm speculating, one of the reasons why Windows users get frustrated is that Linux developers do not create Linux, or at least Linux installers. They don't create them for dummies. And I say that with all friendship and respect that I can possibly give a Linux newbie. They're a newbie. They're new. They are a beginner. They need a little bit of help. Excuse me. They need help. They need a little bit of hand-holding. It's human nature. It's new. It's curious. They want more knowledge. They want to try it. Help them out. Now, the fact that it does not have an automatic installer on the screen, such as you would see, for example, with Linux Mint, Ubuntu, Zorin, these are excellent newbie-friendly Linux distributions. Now, I'm not saying that a beginner cannot figure this out, but you know, there's a few more steps involved. Now, I'm assuming that the beginner may go to the menu here and try to figure out how to install this. I didn't see it. And quite frankly, I'm not in the mood to search for something that should be on the desktop. Let's try Contact Robo Linux. And frequently asked questions. Okay, well, here's something here. If you are a PC beginner or have a company with additional Robo provides highly affordable support options for your benefit below. Well, that's cool. Option 1, 30 minutes of phone email support for $24.95 plus a PayPal fee. 1 hour of phone for $49 and so on. Now, these are not unreasonable rates. If I was getting one-on-one support, this is certainly something I would deem reasonable rates to share my knowledge with you. But I mean, I just want to install it. So frequently asked questions. How to set up a dual boot system? Good question. How to load, and how to load. How to install. Okay. I think. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna. I think I saw something when this first loaded up. I think I saw an option where it says dual boot or install or something. So just to keep it simple, okay, there should be a shortcut link here to keep it simple. It's not there. I don't like it as a teacher for newbies, as it were. But I think that's where I saw it. This is how this thing is designed. I should end it here and say, it. But I will try to be fair with this. I don't feel good for one thing, but I wanted to do this for that person who had the request. I'm doing my best. I do apologize. So let's go ahead and restart. And I think from here, I thought I saw something where it says install. Now keep in mind, you don't have to do it like this in Linux Mint or Ubuntu or Zorin. Last time I checked. Okay, fine. Fatal. Let's get out of this. Out of that. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Let's where were we here? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, let's reset. Alrighty, let's try it again. Yes, I did. Install Robo Linux. Okay, highlight that, enter. Okay, so that's how you have to install this. Seems to me like a long way down the highway taking a trip to install it, but that's how this was designed, so fair enough, I suppose. Okay, English is fine. Continue. US, American English, and if I have to do any kind of custom partitioning, guys, I'm just going to rate this a fail, a horse stable. Linux beginners are not going to put up with this. Newbies, they want to click and go. But let's wait and see what happens here. I want to be as fair as possible. Okay, well, it looks like it does say auto configuration, so maybe this does have an automatic installer. Okay, yeah, why not? We'll just call it Debian, sure. Continue. Testing is fine for now. Continue. Testing looks good. Password, just keep it simple since I won't be keeping this. Okay, Eastern time is fine. Configure the clock. Detecting disks. Now this review is much longer than I normally do this, but I want to be fair to something new. Okay, guided, use entire. Yeah, we'll just use the entire disk. Okay. Okay, so we don't have to do any custom partitioning. Okay, fine. Looks good. You should, if you are going to try this and like what you see, you should definitely read the documentation, especially on how to install this in a dual boot environment alongside Windows 7. And really, no matter what Linux distribution you use, you should read the documentation. If you are brand new to Linux, you have to at least read it, learn what's going on. Alright, installing the system. Hopefully this will not take this long or that long or too long. Once this is installed, I'll reboot, and if it looks good, that's it. I am done. I had tested one Linux distribution, and it really looked good and promising, and I thought to myself, well, let's take a quick look at the automatic installer for newbies, and you had to custom partition. That just broke the deal. A shame, but I have a little tip respective for developers. In all due respect, if you're going to tout something, a Linux distribution, as for Windows users, okay, if that's how you are going to market it, and it does not have an automatic installer, I respectfully request that you return to planet Earth and get real, because a Linux beginner is going to get lost when it comes to custom partitioning. It's not their fault. Okay, this looks like it's zipping along. Again, I apologize for my voice. I do have a drink here. All right. Alright, copying data to disk. No glitches so far. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, almost done. Oh, a network mirror. This may also make it available. Network mirror. Sure, why not? Continue. Configure the package manager. Okay. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Retrieving 33 of 33. I'm running a dual core machine, by the way, in case you're curious. My next one is definitely going to be a quad core. Definitely sometimes feel the need for speed. Okay, what's left here? We're almost done. Okay, of course, the bootloader, very important. It seems that this new installation is the only operating system on this computer, so it should be safe to install. Yeah, I think it's safe to install. Yeah, we'll go continue. Wait a minute. Warning, if the installer failed to detect another system that is present on your computer, modifying the master boot rec will make that operating system temporarily unbootable. Aha. So again, if I was trying to install this as a dual boot, I would not be able to boot into my Windows operating system. So make sure you read the documentation as I stated if you are going to install this as a dual boot. Alright, installing Grub Bootloader. So far so good. Shouldn't be too much. Okay, finish the installation. I was going to say this should be the last part here. I should have put a timer on this just to see how long it would take to install, but it doesn't seem too bad. Okay, and it looks like we are done. Let's see. All right. Okay. Enter. And we'll see what we got. Yep, that's me testing. Let's go with the just the simple password. Okay, log in. Okay, now I won't be installing the extra VirtualBox editions to maximize the screen resolution. I just don't think it's necessary. Okay, well this is getting back to the default desktop, except now we actually installed it. All right, seems to be running smoothly. Administration. All right, the desktop environment's here. Let's see. Let's go to there. Let's change that. Next desktop. Okay, so far so good. Let's go here. Let's right click. Try a couple more things. Then we shall wrap this up because I'm tired. Okay, background. Let's go to next desktop. Workspace. Okay. Let's see. Let's try this. Okay. Good. Okay, good there. Let's go to the search again. Type in music. Alright, I mean the music and video folders are there, but I don't know. Guess it doesn't work that way. But okay, not that big of a deal. All right, let's kind of wrap this up. This appears stable. It appears to have a user-friendly installer. You have to reboot this to install it. It doesn't have a shortcut on the desktop itself, which would be a lot more convenient for Windows users. It's not critical, to be fair, but it should have a shortcut on the desktop to install this, in my opinion. You have to reboot, highlight, scroll down, toggle down to install, and go from there. But it did install. Didn't have any glitches. Let's see. What does the update manager look like? Let's type in update. Okay. Well, I don't understand. Well, this is not the type of search, in my opinion, that can be user-friendly for beginners. It's almost worthless. All right, well, here it is, software update. Okay. You would think going to the search function here would give you that, but it's not there. So anyway, okay. This has the potential to be for beginners. It's not the best. It's just there's just a couple pieces missing, like the shortcut on the desktop, the search. You know, it could be more functional. It is not. It looks good. It looks polished. It looks very good, actually. It looks very nice. But for beginners, I still would stick with number one is Zorn, number two Linux Mint, and Ubuntu. If you're looking for a lightweight Linux distribution for beginners, check out yeah, Linux Lite. Sorry. All right. Well, that's my take on this. I hope this helps you out. Whoever asked for this review, this went on much longer than I wanted it to be, but I want it to be as thorough and fair as possible, especially with something I know absolutely nothing about. This has potential, but as far as the best replacement for Windows, nah, it's not. I sound like that goat on the commercial. Nah. It's good, but probably for beginners, I'd stick with the top three: Zorn, Linux Mint, and Ubuntu. All right, that's it for this. Thank you so much for being patient with my throat and all that and my cold. And hopefully I'll catch you guys this weekend on the PC 18 Linux for Windows users. Thanks.